How's it going, guys? Josh Olufemii here, and I got my film equipment mentor, John Ros, here on the channel once again, and we're going to be talking about the new Sony A7S Mark III.
First of all, you and I are both Sony A7s II shooters, right? We're very used to it. This is like a big deal because we've been waiting for this. Like, we thought it was gonna be 2016, 2017. So, wow, like they had a lot to live up to. So the specs of the A7S III. It shoots 4K at 120 frames per second, 15 stops of dynamic range. The battery life lasts 2.5 to 3 hours. It can shoot 16-bit RAW. Essentially, what's happening if you're doing 16-bit RAW is it's as if you're taking 120 raw images a second, like holding down the shutter, of the camera. They put it head-to-head, or at least when I say they, I am talking Gerald Undone, because honestly, shout out to Gerald Undone. He's the best. He put it head-to-head against the EOS R5. The 8K and the 4K are negligible. The 4K on the A7S is so sharp and clear that yes, you do get a little bit more resolution, but it's most people aren't gonna notice, and it's not really that big of a deal. And plus, a lot of the times I'm still finishing my videos in 1080p. He's reporting that the new XAVC codecs are very manageable, and the ones that the H.265, which need to be transcoded. So I mean, what else is new? That's fine. That's something I'm willing to work with. I'm hoping that the RAW will be implemented well. The IBIS is better. The in-body image stabilization has improved by 0.5 stops of motion. So I think it was just 2 stops of motion compensation. Now it's 2.5. The R5 technically has a little bit better of IBIS, but people have kind of complained that it gets a little bit jello looking, kind of like a warp stabilizer. So this one isn't that bad. And then you can also, like, if you have a lens that has IS on it, you can do dual IS, so you'll have really smooth.
Double. If you're watching this video, you're probably a video editor, and Envato Elements is a video editor's dream. It's a subscription service that gives you unlimited downloads of the most incredible stock footage, like cloud and fog overlays, aerial footage, fire, lightning. They also have incredible VFX packs, Premiere and After Effects templates, sound effects, royalty-free music, and literally anything you could ever want as a video editor. Just by clicking the link below, you will automatically get a free first month. You'll see that coupon for the free first month at the very end after you've finished signing up. And that's it. I use Elements literally in some regard every day. Anything about the autofocus?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Autofocus is really good. This is the best autofocus on any Sony lens. This is the best autofocus on any Sony body. And Gerald Undone has claimed that this is the best dynamic range performance in any mirrorless camera ever. He also has said that at 100,000 ISO, the A7S III has better dynamic range than the EOS R5 at its native ISO.
100,000?
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be cool to hope. You remember when the Sony A7S II came out and they did like that? There was that famous video that was shot like on the beach at night.
Yeah, Philip Bloom.
Someone needs to do another one of those videos for this one. You know what's funny, man? I remember, there's been so much speculation over the last like few years, 5 years. I remember a lot of people were saying that, Sony is never gonna create a camera that's gonna be able to compete directly with the FS camera series, right? Because it's gonna deplete sales from that. As far as if you compare this, the ergonomics are a little bit different. But if you compare this with like one of the FS, what is it? The FS6 you said is the latest one.
Right now there is the FX9. So there's
right?
X. It's actually X now.
FX. I did not even know that. Changed.
It changed. So there's a FS7 Mark II still. I mean, it's fine, but the FX is the one that's closer to the Sony Venice. So the Sony Venice is like, I think it's like $16,000. It's like it's like the C500 competitor. The FX9 is more of the C300 competitor, and it's like $11,000. And I was making the argument that if I was gonna pay $9,995 for the Blackmagic 12K, I might as well drop $1,000 more and get the FX9 because of like everything it gives me. However, The A7S III has the same color science as the FX9. Will cut together perfectly with cameras like the Sony Venice and the FX9.
Right.
And what's his name? I know I keep saying it, but
Gerald?
Gerald Undone was about to drop a money, like he was about to buy a C500 Mark II, and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get 2 A7S IIIs.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we didn't get into autofocus yet. Actually, I didn't get to. It's really amazing.
Okay.
It's apparently best in class. It's amazing for stills. There's the picture quality is so crisp that even though it's 12.1 megapixels, it actually outperforms like camera like the A7 III cameras. It actually outperforms cameras like the A7 III, which has like 25 megapixels.
Wow.
And head to head, like when you zoom in, it's actually clear. The resolution is obviously not there, but there's some processing going on. The pixels are bigger, is what Sony is claiming.
Better low light.
It's very good. Yeah, better low light. Really, oh my god, it's scary good low light at this point. I don't know how you can really improve it. You know what? I know how you can improve it, because, like, obviously, there are definitely ISOs to avoid still if you want to get very technical and nitty gritty about it.
Yeah.
There are ISOs that will perform down to like 10 stops of dynamic range and stuff. So there are still things you need to keep in mind. I still need to see how it performs in RAW though. And you can still record ProRes externally up to 4K 60 if you wanted to.
Okay.
So
okay.
if you're a stickler for it, you're like, I want that workflow. I don't want to have to transcode. I feel you. They feel you. Yeah, honestly, it's a perfect little it's perfect little personal camera. It fills every need. There's no rolling shutter. We haven't even talked about that.
Wow, yeah. That's big. That's big.
That's huge. It's
The
huge.
Sony A7S Mark II is horrible for that.
It's a horrible for rolling shutter.
Yeah.
The Blackmagic Pocket is actually pretty good. Honestly, I'm very impressed with the rolling shutter performance.
It. Shout out to John. John's the one that got me my Blackmagic Pocket 4K. We're both shooting on our own respective models. So, wow, that's perfect, John. Like, for now, I think I'm sticking with my Blackmagic 4K. Pocket 4K. I was
just saying, everyone, they're like, all right, so is the A7S III the best bang for buck? I'm like, no, it's still the Pocket 4K, $12.95. Like, I can get 2 of these for one A7S III. So
exactly. I feel like I'm robbing a bank every time I think about how I purchased this camera. So, but of course we can't take photos with it. But I
kind of like that though.
You kind of like that? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sometimes a client will come up and be like, hey, can you take photos? And I'm like, actually, I can't. And they're like, oh.
Dude, I hate it when they do that. I'm like, I'm not a photographer.
Exactly. I'm a videographer. This is a cinema camera.
Yeah.
I can't take photos, so that's why I'm like, man.
It's so funny how we've gone backwards. I remember back 10 years ago when I was in college or whatever, you had these big cameras, Canon X-H1s, mini DV tape cameras that of course didn't take photos. And then when we switched to DSLRs, everyone would laugh and be like, ah ha ha ha, look at that small camera. And it takes photos and it does video. Must not be that professional. And now we're regressing back where it's like people now expect professional video cameras to take photos, and we're having to be like, no. Rethink. Let's revert back to how it should have been.
Yeah. And honestly, that's also why I was like, for the price, for $3,500, I'm really weighing the Zcam F6, which is a 6K camera, full frame cinema camera. It's only $3,995. It's $400 more. So
wow.
I'd have to rig out both. But they both serve completely different purposes, and I hate myself because it's like, oh, then get both of them. It's just like, no!
You gotta choose.
Yeah.
We're not made of money.
And that's why I'm like, I'm okay with the Pocket 4K. I still have my A7S II. It fills the void if I need it right now. But I am trying to, maybe I'm going to sell it right before. So, I might sell it because the price is going to drop real soon. So
shout out to Sony. John, thank you so much. I'd say we would give the Sony A7S Mark III 10 out of 10 for now. Is that a little bit?
Look, it's maybe 8.59. Honestly, if it was $2,995, it was $3,000. If it was $3,100, 95. Like,
yeah, and we haven't used it yet. We have not used the camera, so we gotta be careful.
We haven't used it yet, but trusted sources are saying there's nothing to be mad about. I forgot to mention the EVF is amazing as well.
Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I actually have 2 additional videos that you've got to watch. And remember to get your free month of Envato Elements by clicking the link below in the description. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, remember to keep it chill.